Margaret carried her wedding dress into the donation center on a rainy Wednesday. 34 years earlier, she'd worn it while promising forever. Now she was divorced. She hadn't opened the garment bag in years. "Donation?" the volunteer asked. Margaret nodded. She walked back to her car and cried. Not because she wanted her husband back. She cried for the 26-year-old woman who had believed love guaranteed permanence. 3 months later, Margaret attended a charity fundraiser at the same thrift store. Near the entrance stood a mannequin wearing a familiar ivory dress, her dress. A handwritten card beside it read, "Vintage wedding gown donated by someone with excellent taste." Margaret burst out laughing. "You're the donor, aren't you?" She turned. A tall man named Edward was smiling. He volunteered there on Wednesdays. "How did you know?" "You're looking at that dress like it owes you money." They talked for 20 minutes, then an hour. Edward had lost his marriage too. Not dramatically, they had simply grown into different lives. Before Margaret left, he asked if she'd like coffee. 6 months later, they returned to the thrift store together. The dress was gone. "Someone bought it," Edward said. Margaret felt unexpectedly emotional. "I hope she's happy." Edward slipped his hand into hers. "Maybe the dress gets another story." Margaret looked at him. "So do people." Years later, Edward proposed. Margaret chose a simple blue dress for their wedding. No veil, no enormous ceremony. Just family, friends, laughter, and two people who understood that forever wasn't something you could guarantee. As they danced, Margaret thought about that old wedding dress. Once, she'd believed donating it meant admitting she'd failed. Now she understood. Some things leave our lives because their part in the story is finished. And sometimes letting go is exactly how our hands become free enough to hold someone new. Margaret thought letting go of her wedding dress meant admitting her marriage had failed. Do you think letting go of something from your past can sometimes be the first step toward making room for something new? Leave your thoughts in the comments.